What's good, Commanders fans? So, just another rumor mill. So, it is rumor season right now. I can't wait till free agency starts in March 14th. I can't wait till we get some concrete news. But the Washington Commanders are expected. This is the rumor, and it does sound realistic because you do look at some of the positions that are a need. Free safety is a need, so we are expected to be interested in safety Marcus Williams, free safety Marcus Williams from the New Orleans Saints. The other teams were the Lions. They need safety help, and the other team was the Eagles. So those three teams need safety help. There's a lot of teams that need safety help. So you could throw multiple teams in that conversation, but especially with Bobby McCain being a free agent. But Marcus Williams is a really good player. He is a top free safety. He is ranked number 8 on PFF's Pro Football Focus's free agent rankings. He's ranked eighth overall out of all those guys, and that's pretty high. There's some really good free agents out there at other positions, at the wide receiver position. There's some good corners out there too. So there's a lot of guys. There's some good offensive linemen as well in this free agent class. So this is a good ranking for Marcus Williams. He's a good, solid free safety. We definitely could use a guy with a lot of range, speed, good coverage skills, not letting anything get behind him. Just that single high safety, basically being a rim protector for the defense, not letting anything get behind him. Because we gave up a lot of big plays in the first half of the year. That was the problem with Bobby McCain: communication and giving up big plays. But Bobby McCain did play a lot better, and he could be a cheaper option. But if they do want to upgrade and get Marcus Williams, it's something that I do think Ron Rivera would think about doing. Now, of course, we do have money tied up with Landon Collins, which, who knows, during the combine week, they're expected to talk to his agent, possibly about a restructure. John Kahn was talking about possibly doing a restructure with Landon Collins. And if he doesn't, we'll see if he gets released. I would like to keep Landon Collins, but of course, I would prefer to restructure so we can bring some other guys in to help the offensive side of the football and a linebacker or another safety or something like that. Mainly another linebacker. I think either you keep Bobby McCain or draft a safety like a Daxton Hill out of Michigan or something like that. But let's take a look at Marcus Williams, some of his numbers here. So he's very durable, played 16 games his rookie year. He's unfortunately, he's known for giving up that big play to Stephon Diggs when he played for the Vikings in the second round, where Case Keenum threw up the Minnesota Miracle. That was Marcus Williams who tried to go for the interception. 2018, he played 16 games. 2019, he played 15 games. 2020, he played 14 games. And this past season, 2021, he played 16 games. So he had 4 picks in 2019, 2 picks in 2021. So he does have good football skills, getting to the ball, deep range. He's more of a ball hawk, getting to the football. This past year, you look at his advanced numbers as well. Had a couple pass deflections this year. He completion percentage allowed was 48%, which is really, really, really good. Only gave up 3 touchdowns and gave up a passer rating of 85.5, which is solid, and a missed tackle rate of 8%. So he's a really solid tackler. He will come up in the box and tackle. He's not scared to go up there and be physical. He's really good covering tight ends, wide receivers, just staying back there. Washington, we do play a good amount of zone. Jack Del Rio, he loves playing his zone. You look at his write-up from PFF. His strengths are consistency, performs well in all facets, very, very versatile. Marcus Williams has been a consistently impressive player for the Saints in his NFL career. He has been the team's free safety and is excellent in zones at all levels of the coverage. He would be a good starting safety in any scheme, but fits best in a defense that plays with 2 high safeties, such as in Atlanta or in Houston. We play the same thing with Cam Crow. I think him and Cam Crow would be a nice young dude, and he's only 25 years old. That's the thing. But his projected contract is 4 years, $64.5 million, $16.125 million per year, $35 million per total guarantee. So that's a lot of money to tie up and say, we're already paying Landon Collins. Like I said, we might let him go. But, if we do end up keeping him and paying him and Marcus Williams, I don't think it would be a good idea at all, personally, especially with this defense. Now, we do need some help in the secondary, but I think we can find something in the draft that would be better suited and cost efficient, or bring back Bobby McCain on a cheaper deal. Bobby McCain played a lot better in the second half. He wasn't great in the first half. He gave up a lot of big plays. Cordarrelle Patterson wide open, Darius Slayton being wide open. Some guys from the Chargers like Mike Williams being wide open, and Keenan Allen. A lot of that was on him, and it wasn't just totally his fault, but a lot of communication was on him with William Jackson, Kendall Fuller. And then in the second half, like I said, they started to play better. Marcus Williams, he's like the quarterback of a defense. You know, he gets guys in their spots on the back end, and that closing speed, he runs a 4.5 40, which is solid for a safety. He just has that closing speed, and he's really like a ball hawk out there. So I think he definitely would be an upgrade. But I just personally, I don't see Ron Rivera being willing to pay, 5 years, $64 million for a safety when you can get solid play from Bobby McCain. So let's talk about Aaron Rodgers here. So this is from Diana Rossini. She was on the Kevin Sheehan radio show this morning talking about Aaron Rodgers, and then, Kevin Sheehan asked, would Aaron Rodgers want to come to the Commanders, or who's on his list? Who are the people on his list? She was like, I can't tell you who's on his list or the people who have tried to offer trades for him. But what she could tell him is that the Washington Commanders are not on his list. So basically, the big three quarterbacks that you want to take a swing for, like Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson, and Russell Wilson, it looks like there's a guy off the board. Now, being realistic, we all kind of knew that getting Russell Wilson or getting Deshaun Watson or getting Aaron Rodgers was a long shot. In my opinion, it's like a 20% chance getting those guys. But I always wanted to be optimistic that we could somehow make a swing and get a Russell Wilson or a Deshaun Watson. I just wanted to be optimistic about it. But at the end of the day, I was being realistic about it. And Aaron Rodgers is definitely off that list. He's not. We're not on his list. And Russell Wilson, when he came up with the news, Kevin Sheehan came up with the news saying that Russell Wilson would not be opposed. And, he took the pictures with John Allen at the Pro Bowl. That's when everybody got all happy and hyped up and putting him in, photoshopping him in the jersey. So it's looking more and more likely that once again, we're going to get another bridge quarterback, another free agent guy. And then at pick 11, we most likely will be drafting a quarterback, like a Matt Corral, a Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis, Sam Howell, one of those guys. Or, Ron, you get a linebacker like a Nakobe Dean, a Devin Lloyd. If Kyle Hamilton drops that far, something like that. Or maybe a Treylon Burks or somebody like that. But it's most likely looking like, and then maybe getting a quarterback in the second round, but most likely it's looking like a bridge guy, kind of like a Teddy Bridgewater, Tyrod Taylor, those guys of the world. Marcus Mariota, Mitchell Trubisky. There was rumored interest in Mitchell Trubisky trying to trade for him at the trade deadline. I don't know how true that was, but there's people who are running around with that. So it does look more likely that it is going to be another bridge quarterback season with a quarterback sitting behind him, most likely picking him at 11. Second round would most likely be like a Desmond Ridder or something like that. So that's what it's more looking like each and every day. I do think Aaron Rodgers is going back to the Green Bay Packers. He wants to play with Devontae Adams wherever he goes. And Diana Rossini also said that the Packers prefer to trade him to an AFC team, which makes sense. Why would you want to play against Aaron Rodgers in the NFC? If they do get a good quarterback after trading him, you're going to have to go to the playoffs and play against Aaron Rodgers, or potentially play him in a regular season and fight for a playoff push. So it wouldn't make much sense trying to trade him to the same conferences. You got to play against him at least once or twice a year. So it makes sense on that front. So it looks like we can wipe a quarterback off the board. I know a lot of you probably didn't even have him on the list as a realistic option anyway. I was trying to be optimistic, but I originally had, like I said, 40% chance of optimism of getting an Aaron Rodgers. But now it looks like a -5 or 0% chance. So Russell Wilson, I'm not getting my hopes up on that one either, or Deshaun Watson. Like I said, more and more is looking like those guys. And maybe Carson Wentz. I would not trade for Carson Wentz, but if Carson Wentz is released, I would definitely take a look at it, because he would be better than a Mitch, in my opinion, or a Jameis or a Marcus Mariota. Jameis is, I'm fine with getting Jameis as a free agent, maybe like a 1 year, $6-7 million deal, and then drafting somebody at 11 or in the second round, let him sit behind him. I'm totally fine with that. I know the end game is probably like 8-9 or 7-10 with Mariota or Trubisky, all those guys. I know we're probably we'll barely make the playoffs, or just not even make the playoffs with all those bridge guys, Mariota and all those guys, and Trubisky's of the world and Fitzpatrick's of the world. That's what I know the end game is going to be. So you guys let me know what you guys think. Like I said, Marcus Williams, man, good option at the free safety position. Can play cover 2, can play single high. We play a lot of zone as well. Very physical, has great closing speed. Ball hawk out there, very durable as well. So you look at the advanced numbers too. So I think he would be a good option, but I just don't see the Washington Commanders spending that money. But like I said, keep on the lookout for Landon Collins. Hopefully we get some news on him, what's going to happen in the near future contractually with Landon Collins. Like I said, I would like to see him stay. But of course, you got to understand the money. We would save $6.4 million if we do release him. Hopefully we can restructure and keep him, because he did play really well at that linebacker position. But he hates being called a linebacker. but it is what it is. That's where he played better. So, all right, you guys, have a good weekend. Hell to the Commanders. Peace.